Hi, have you ever used a machine where you put something in and it gives you something out? That's basically how a function works in math. In this video, I shall explain you what a function is and show you some easy examples to understand a function. Our first example is a juice machine. For example, you put an orange in and this machine does some work according to your rule that is assigned to this machine, and it gives you an orange juice. So basically your function idea is you give something that is your input, and then that machine works on that input according to the rule, and then it gives you some output. So what is the meaning of rule? The meaning of rule is here your machine must know what to do. So your machine must has clear instructions what to do. All right, so this is basically a simple idea to understand a function. Input and then some rule, and then you have an output. So next we have a general picture to understand the function. For example, we have a magic machine. So you put something into your magic machine, and that is your input. Then your machine does some fixed work on your input, and then it gives you some output. So this is key to understand that what is the meaning of some fixed rule. So your machine always does work on your input according to some fixed rule. Rule is, again, I want to tell you that rule means your machine must have clear instructions what to do with your input. So that is actually a simple picture to understand the function. So you have input, machine does work on that input according to the rule that is assigned for that input, and then it gives you some output. There are so many real life examples of functions. So in the next video, I will tell you how to demonstrate or how to understand and how to use this term function in different situations. So here is a key a point that what's important. That important is here for every input. For every input, you must have one output, and we say that it is a unique output. So in mathematics, we define a function. For every input, we have a unique output, and unique output means we must have one output for every single input. So you can't have two outputs for a single input. So every input must has a clear result. So let's understand this with an easy example. I want to make here again a little diagram to understand it. So this is your machine. So this machine takes some input. Let's say it accepts input, and here we say that input is a number. So any number that you input here, your input is number, and this machine double it, and then it gives you some output. Now you understood what is the rule mean. Rule means your machine must know what to do. So here your machine knows that you have to double every number that you put in. So let's put some numbers. For example, you put 2 here. Change me color. Let me change the color first. So if you put, let's say, 2 here, according to this rule, your machine double it and then gives you the output. So this is how a function works. Similarly, if you put 3, again your machine work according to your rule, and it doubles it and it becomes 6. So in this way you can understand, and you can understand, and you can like make your own examples. For example, next I have examples. Next I have an example. If your machine is, let's say, 2x, this time I'm going to use variable. So x means any number that your machine picks, double it and then add 5, and then it will give you some output. So this is actually, so this is your rule of the machine, rule of your machine. You give something, let's say x, and it double it and then add the 5, and then it gives you output. So for example, here if you take x equal to 2, so you put the number x equal to 2, so this machine double it and then add 5 to that, and 2 times 2 is 4, 4 plus 5 is 9, so then it gives you 9 as your output. So if you take x equal to, let's say, 3, this machine double it, 2 times 3 plus 5, and then giving you output. So 2 times 3 is 6 plus 5 is 11. So in this way machine works. So in the coming video I will tell you 4 different ways to express the function. So don't miss the next video. For that you have to subscribe this channel and like it. So in the coming video I will explain you what are the 4 ways to explain the function. So today we learned that what a function is. Function is actually a machine that connects the things, or numbers or items to each other, and then it gives you some output for every input, and your output must be unique. So thank you. See you in the next video.